Good morning, everyone. We're so glad you are with us for our Unity Myrtle Beach Sunday morning 11 a.m. service live stream. Though this service is pre-recorded, and we want to thank our whole team for helping to do that. So welcome to all of you watching us on live stream Sunday morning, also later on YouTube. So we want to thank our music team. They have been getting together up in the Surfside Church building sanctuary, recording lots of great music for us. Dave Lacombe, Anton Noel Ruffo, Paula Cross, maybe Bobby Shropshire is with them this time, and Dan Haynes on drums. We'll see. We will know that by the end of the service. Also, we want to thank Dave Lacombe, who has taken over doing some of the tech work, getting our services on Facebook and YouTube, and editing, pre-recording, doing the editing. And say hi to Dave, he's in the background there on the deck. And Dave has taken over that from Lesta Sue Hardy, who has stepped away from doing this part of the job. She's still one of our most wonderful volunteers and helping out where she can. And we appreciate you so much, Lesta, for these years of service and working with us on staff at Unity Myrtle Beach. So give out a shout for Lesta and our gratitude to her. So we want to set intention for this service, and we take a deep breath as we do that. We remember that there is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. And there is an ancient peace that we carry in our hearts and have never lost. There's a sense of wholeness in us that the thought of fear has never touched. And so this moment, we remember the silence, the peace, the wholeness that is within us and expressing as us in the world. And as Amy Lowe reminded us at a recent Wednesday Unity book group, she advised all of us to connect with the essence that is not suffering. Connect with the essence that is not suffering. So that's a beautiful intention for this service. We set the intention that we connect with the essence of who we truly are, the I am presence that goes beyond all appearances of events in our lives or the world. We set intention that as we listen to the words of our wonderful guest speaker today, Rev.Marilynn Mattox, as we ponder her words and the thoughts that she shares, that our hearts and our minds are uplifted, open, renewed, restored, regenerated, so that we can step up and do all that we can with what we have in this place where we are, with the time that we're given. We give thanks with great gratitude for all of our blessings, seen and unseen. We give thanks, and so it is, in the name and in the light of the living presence of peace that dwells within each one of us. And so it is, and so we let it be. Namaste. I would like to read some words to you from the book, The 5 Principles, that we are reading in our Wednesday book group right now. This writer, Reverend Ellen Davenport, writes, and this is important today. I'm actually recording this on Wednesday, November 4th, and these words seem very helpful today for me, and maybe they will for you as well. We create in consciousness, most of us, let me start again. We create in consciousness. However, most of us get the process backwards. We look at what has already materialized, then form opinions about whether we like it or not. The creative process is to focus our thoughts and feelings on what we want in order to choose our future reality from the quantum field. Paying attention to what we don't want is useful only long enough to clarify what we do want, then create it in our experience by shifting our focus. So Rev.Marilynn Mattox is going to help us do that today, shifting our focus to the peace that we celebrate as the I am, celebrating peace as the I am. So we want to continue with the Lord's Prayer. And we do the prayer of Jesus translated from the Aramaic. We do this every Sunday, so together. Father, Mother, Birther, and Breath of all, create a space inside of us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire then flows through ours as energy fills all form. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment, and untangle the knots of air that bind us as we release others. Do not let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. From age to age, through you flow the glorious harmonies of life. May these words be fertile statements through which our future grows. Amen and amen and amen. And we have our daily word for Sunday, November 8th. And it's a word that we always can open more to, and that is healing. And the affirmation is, I embrace the healing flow of divine life. I embrace the healing flow of divine life. If my body experiences any kind of health challenge, I turn within to release all fear and all concern as I affirm that illness is not part of my true identity. I remember that wholeness is my birthright as a spiritual being. I surrender any anxiety as I feel my consciousness as I fill my consciousness with healing thoughts. My mind's eye sees each cell of my body aglow with the energy of divine life. In prayer, I express appreciation for all of my body's marvelous functions. I commit to taking time to bless my body with rest, exercise, and good nutrition. I speak affirming words of truth to encourage my body's healing response. I give thanks for the healing that I know is already on its way to me. I am grateful to receive healing and know wholeness. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. That is from John 10:10. So that last line again, I give thanks for the healing that I know is already within me. I am grateful to receive healing and to know wholeness. So we embrace healing today. Our wonderful guest speaker today, speaking again on the topic Celebrating Peace as the I Am, Unity Minister Rev.Marilynn Mattox, who many of you know at Unity Myrtle Beach. She and her wife Abby came to be with us as part of our community probably 3-4 years ago now. And she is the former Unity Minister of Unity in Lynchburg, Virginia. She also is a part of our Unity Prayer Chaplain team, and she facilitates our Sunday morning circle every Sunday morning at 9:30 by way of Zoom. And they are right now studying Practical Metaphysics by Reverend Eric Butterworth, another wonderful Unity minister. So Marilynn will be with you in a few moments to do the meditation and then to follow with the Sunday message. And we thank you so much, Rev.Marilynn Mattox. We also want to remind the rest of you that our Unity outreach continues with Help for Kids, Family Justice, and also South Strand Helping Hands. You can take food, non-perishable food, to those 3 groups straight to each organization. Their information is on our Facebook page and website and our general reminder email. Or you can bring supplies by the church. Again, non-perishable food items. Also, we're collecting the new Crayola crayons called Colors of the World for the Waccamaw Elementary Kindergarten. So you can bring those crayons also by the church on Surfside, in Surfside, or to the Salem Road property. Just leave it on the front porch. We also want to thank you, as always, for your prayers, for the ways you are volunteering to help, and for all of your tithes and donations. I'm sure you know it all makes a difference, especially at this time. And we know we're all doing the best we can, and we want to continue to do that as Unity Myrtle Beach. So thank you for all the ways you support. And those ways are listed again on our Unity Myrtle Beach Facebook page. So once again, we take a deep breath. We get ready to explore this idea of celebrating peace as the I Am with Rev.Marilynn Mattox. And thank you again, music team, and all of you for being with us at Unity Myrtle Beach. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Together in love. here today as a guest speaker for Unity Myrtle Beach, and I want to thank Margaret Hiller, our senior minister, for the opportunity to do the talk today. I'd like to start with meditation. My talk is about peace, so we're going to start with a peaceful meditation. So take a breath, let whatever furniture is around you support you. Relax your shoulders. We know that life extends daily challenges to our peace, our inner resolve. So I asked you to consider that it's possible to be peace no matter what challenge you're facing. To practice being peace, we get to look within. I invite you to take a moment to just look within. What in my life am I not peaceful about? So I'd like you to ask yourself that question. What in my life am I not peaceful about? Take a moment and let it just come up and through you. So whatever comes up, just hold it in your heart. Try not to resist. If you need a boost, smile while you hold it in your heart. As we love ourselves, the challenge lessens. Let that obstacle, the challenge lessen. Let it get smaller. Surround it in love. Hold it in love. I invite you to take a deep breath, and as you exhale, release any angst around this challenge. And again, hold any challenge you may be experiencing. Just hold it in your heart. And let's do that in the silence for a good amount of time. So in the silence, we release any angst and we surround any challenge with pure love in the silence. So as we release any angst around any challenge we may be experiencing, I invite you to open to the peace of God, to the Christ within. And I ask you to affirm, I release in love and welcome peace. I release in love and welcome peace. I welcome peace. I am peace. I celebrate peace. And so it is. I'd like to share with you a quote from Louise Hay, spiritual affirmation guru. And her affirmation says, "Peace begins with me. The more peaceful I am inside, the more peace I have to share with others. World peace really does begin with me." So today's talk is about celebrating peace as the I am. And you know, the last time I spoke here, which was in March, I spoke about peace also. And I'm asking each of us today to celebrate peace. For over 7 months, we've had the opportunity to practice peace on a daily basis. Has anything disrupted peace in your life in the past 7 months? For me, I found disturbing the blatant racism. I see it as a call for healing in our society. I find disturbing the political chaos. I find disturbing the effects of the coronavirus on this world, just to name a few. How do we deal with non-peace? First of all, we get to recognize when we are out of touch with peace. Do we strive? Do we expend excess energy and effort in dwelling in non-peace? Are we aware when we've slipped out of peace? In Unity, we believe in original goodness, not original sin. Jesus' teachings emphasize the divinity of humankind, not the depravity of humankind. What do I mean by divinity of humankind? Let's go back to Moses and his experience when he asked the voice within, "Who shall I say sent me?" The voice came back and said, "I am that I am." The I am is God. The I am is God experienced within each and every one of us. The I am is divine possibility, the divine potential, the divine depth within each of us that is always present, no matter where we are in consciousness, no matter where we are in experience. The difference between Jesus and you and I is not how Jesus was born. Jesus didn't have any more potential than us. The difference was in the consciousness of the I am and his awareness of that potential. In Unity, we believe that Jesus is not the only Son of God, that Jesus was born human and evolved into the consciousness to be the Christ in expression. Traditional Christian dogma believes Jesus is the only Son of God, and that humankind was born miserable sinners. Christ is the God possibility within every person. It's our hope of overcoming non-peace, of healing that which is not peaceful in the world. The Christ within is our hope of growing and doing the greater things that Jesus promised we can do. And I repeat, Christ is the God possibility within every person. So let's look at what might distract or detour us from practicing the presence. I have a few questions. Are we practicing the presence of the Christ within when we worry? Are we practicing the presence when we are fuming and fussing? Are we practicing the presence when we complain about the long wait to be seated at a restaurant? The presence is everywhere present. We can practice staying in touch and being peace right where we are, in the midst of chaotic experiences, while waiting to be seated in that restaurant, in the midst of political chaos, in the midst of personal turmoil, perhaps a divorce. And I just wanted to mention that today I have experienced a great deal of personal turmoil. I wanted to share that with you. When I got up this morning to have coffee, I had no cream. So I went to get in my car to go buy cream. And my car wouldn't start. And at this time we have one car, so I had no other way to get there because even the golf cart wasn't charged. So, and then for I'll call them handyman, plumber, electrician, HVAC. All these people, when I left the house to come do this talk, there were 5 people in my house working. So it's been tumultuous, and I could have been fussing and fuming, but I really took to heart this talk, that it is a choice to be in peace or not. So I chose peace. What's a good starting point in getting in touch with the Christ within to choose peace instead of non-peace? Well, the Greeks in Delphi wrote over the temple, "Know thyself." In our quest to know truth, it's important that we slow down on the attempt to grow through more classes, perhaps reading more books, taking more seminars, and begin within ourselves. We get to affirm, I exist, I'm here, I think, I feel, I perceive, I am. That's a good starting point. The purpose is to tune into the presence of God. The presence of God within, the I am, and operate out of that I am consciousness as much as possible. Why? We get to practice the presence. Practicing the presence is dwelling in the I am. And I ask you, with the holiday season coming up, I ask you to be aware every time you see the word believe. It may be on the internet, a Hallmark channel, it may be on a plaque, it may be posted, it may be a cute thing on a gift. But I ask you, every time you see the word believe, to ask yourself, what do I believe? Do I believe I am the Christ? A child of God? Do I believe I have the power, the capacity to be non-resistant? To be what needs to be done, to brush myself off and to move forward? Perhaps when you see that believe sign, you can take a breath and know, I am the Christ. Sometimes that's hard for people like myself who grew up in traditional religion to accept I am the Christ. When we believe in the I am within, we can sincerely say, Namaste. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. Do we believe in and embrace our I am power? The divine potential in each of us? Do we recognize it in each other? Too often we think of ourselves inferiorly. We exhibit self-disrespect. We dwell on the limitations of life, not the divine potential. One disrespect is self-judgment. Let me give you some examples. Oh, some people have divine potential, but I don't. I'd like to do this, but I don't have the time. It would have been nice if I had been exposed to truth when I was a child at my age. It's kind of difficult. I don't have the right background. Sound like anyone you know? Maybe yourself at times? How do you respond to being the I am? Claiming the Christ presence within and connecting to that divinity within helps us believe. I am the Christ, a child of God. I have the capacity to deal with this, and I know that I'll get through it. I'm going to do it. I will do it easily, and I will do it well. How is that for being peace? The Christ presence expressing as me. When I connect with the I am, which is the Christ in me, I can do what I need to do. When I don't resist or fight it, I release potentialities that have never been expressed before. I am an individualized expression of divine potentiality that is limitless. As I connect with my divine self, the Christ within, I am peace. With each step on our life journey, as we choose to be peace, to be joy, and to be happiness, we are being peace. Peace can be expressed with each look, each smile, each word, each action. Peace is not just an end. Peace is not the past or the future. Peace is in the present. Peace activist A.J. Muste said, "There is no way to peace. Peace is the way." The Christ of you, the I am of you, is our potential for being peace. It's our potential for healing, the potential for overcoming, our potential for demonstrating prosperity and success in truth. In truth, there is no limit. And as Jesus said, greater things than these shall you do. Now, don't take it to heart if you have not done greater things than Jesus. It's true that there is an I am of us. There's even a wholeness of us. However, most of us only express part of it, part of our wholeness. As we wake up to the Christ within, the I am, we can release the divine potential within. No one can do it for you. Even speaking affirmations is not going to put the Christ within. It's already in us. It's not something outside of us that we can acquire. In connecting with our Christ self, possibilities are limitless. You can only understand yourself or fulfill this thought of humankind, know thyself, when you come to see that the divine reality of you is the Christ of you. It is the I am of you. It is the God possibility of you. We get to demonstrate our divine potential, the unfolding of the Christ within. As we better ourselves, we are not competing with others, and that's an important point. We're competing with ourselves. Competing with ourselves to be a better self, to express more of our wholeness. Eric Butler states, it's better to believe not in God, but from a consciousness of God. As we love from the consciousness of God, from our Christ self, we are peace. In our Sunday morning discussion group, we're working with Reverend Eric Butterworth's book, Practical Metaphysics. And I'd like to share a short meditation from it. So if you just open your ears to listen to Eric Butterworth. I want you to be still with me for a moment. I would like you just to whisper for yourself right now. I exist. I exist. Right here and right now, the whole universe is projecting itself in focus through an infinite and wonderful idea, which I am. This is God's image and likeness. Whatever else I am, it is simply this I amness. This is being suppressed, seeing in a mirror darkly. Let me remember and never forget that beyond the appearance, beyond the human, beyond the flesh, beyond the limitations of relationship and environment, there's an allness. There's a wholeness. There's an I amness. This is what I really am. When life asks of you, what do you think, who do you think you are? There's really only one answer, and it comes easily. I am. Who do you think you are? I am wholeness. I am an individualized expression of the infinite. I am the Christ, the child of God. So may you go forth this day conscious of this great depth, committing yourself to the practice of it, dedicated to the realization that you are created in God's image and likeness. The image of God is the reality of you at the center of you. It is the wholeness of you that is present even if you're experiencing it in part. So thank you, Reverend Eric Butterworth. As we learn to love ourselves, we radiate peace and love. We radiate it to others. So today I'm asking you to celebrate peace as the I am. And as we leave the confusion of human consciousness, we celebrate peace and our role in stepping up to be peace in the midst of conflict, peace in the midst of confusion. Peace in the midst of our family, friends, and colleagues is made easy as we dwell in the consciousness of the Christ presence. Coming from the consciousness of God, the I am, we are peace. No matter your life experience, past, present, or future circumstance, my prayer for you is simply peace. Let's celebrate the peace. Let's celebrate peace as the I am. Namaste.